All right, welcome everybody to the Rooster Teeth Fancast. I am your host tonight, Chris, here with the lovely Mary Pat.
I see you.
Molly.
Hey! Pew, pew, pew.
And our resident Mexican, Marco.
I'm pretty sure Donald Trump wants to rail his daughter in the ass.
Welcome to the Rooster Teeth Fancast, episode 10. That theme song I made myself.
Well, you have to thank yourself. Are you on MuseScore?
No, that theme song will not be like put on any self-respecting music sites for obvious reasons.
But all the non-self-respecting ones, you betcha.
Shout out. I'm, as per the theme song, I'm your host, Chris. This is a 3-person podcast. I'm here with Mary.
I don't have music this time. God damn it. Fuck. I didn't get my music ready. Fucking dick.
And Molly.
Hello.
Okay, so
I'm back from the dead. Thanks for the claps. I appreciate it.
Marco is out this week.
Yeah, he's shitting his pants, right?
Oh God, I hope not.
I was dead, and
the
then
sake of
he
his
went
apartment.
dead.
Yeah, we can't manage to get a 4-person podcast going. So
I have a good shit pants shitting story if we ever need it.
Absolutely. No, I need to hear this.
No better time than the present.
This happened a couple weeks, or I don't know, maybe like a month ago. Is when I was jet setting all over the place, and by all over the place I mean one state. I was in Phoenix. I was in Sedona and Phoenix, and got really sick in Sedona. And we were driving back to Phoenix. Started kind of feeling like the flu. And first of all, like, so we went. This is just an aside of like how annoyed I get with like hippy dippy shit. Like, if you want to have every fruit juice known to man, by all means have it. But so like I was feeling sick, right? And so we went to have brunch at this like, vegan place. Like, and I don't give a shit about vegan places. Like, that's not what I'm making fun of. But like, they were like, I like read through all the juice. It was like cannabis, like blah blah blah, and like peach tea green, blah blah blah, and there's like fruits I didn't even know existed. And so I was just like, hey, do you happen to have any orange juice? Because I was like, okay, I'll just drink some orange juice, get some vitamin C, start on getting better. And he was like, no, we don't have that. I was just like, fuck you, god damn it. So then I like fell asleep. They did have a hammock there, which was nice. So I like didn't eat. I just like collapsed in the hammock and fell asleep. Fast forward, I like was in. I was supposed to like spend the rest of the week at a friend's house. But I was like, hey, dude, I'm like hella sick. I'm gonna stay in a hotel for a little bit. Slept for 12 hours straight. Just
holy shit.
Just slept for 12 hours. Yeah, I was really sick. Woke up the next day, felt pretty good. The place was right by one of our. We have offices in different cities, so walked over there. Was feeling better. Went home with him and his girlfriend, and watched Ghost Hunters, and it was a wonderful time. And then and I was like,
I hoped the thing you were gonna say was not and watch Ghost Hunters. I thought it was gonna be more interesting, like, and nuked a country, or and did sex things, or
and did sex things. No, sadly no. But and so then I like went to bed around like 1 or 2 a.m. Woke up with a rumbly tummy, a rumbly tummy, and I was like, okay, that's shitty, literally. And so I went to the bathroom. Upset stomach, a little bit of the D word, if you know what I mean. And and then it was like, then it started to get bad. So then I like, was like, okay, that's over with. Went and laid down. Woke up, was like, uh-oh, and ran to the bathroom. Didn't make it all the way.
Oh, no.
Didn't make it all the way.
Yeah, that sucks.
Shit on my friend's bath mat, which is what was like a Ninja Turtles bath mat.
Oh, my God.
And I was just like, fuck. That happened a little bit. I didn't shit on it again yet. And so then I go to like wash my hands, and all of a sudden I just kind of feel something, and I was just like,
Oh no.
And just both ends, just like it was awful. It was like the alien. It was like Alien. It was just really just like it was awful. That happened. So throwing up, shitting at the same time. That happened 2 more times that night.
Oh Christ.
So the second time I threw up everywhere, I decided to move his bath mat because I've shit all over it at this point. And because I took my pants off and everything because I shit my pants. Not gonna keep shitty pants on.
Now, quick question.
Yeah.
Were you able to recover those pants?
Well, they were tights, like leggings. So
Oh, pressurized shit.
yeah. So, but yeah, no, they're fine.
You didn't have to throw them out.
No.
Oh,
And
all right.
well, because I put them under the sink too, like immediately. So I think that probably helped. And because I tried to wash his bath mat too, or his mat or whatever. Anyway, so then the third time, or before the third time, I was just like, this isn't going to stop anytime soon. So I get into their shower. That's how bad it got. I got into their tub and shower just because I was just like, and then it was just like, I didn't know that my asshole was that powerful. I'm going to be honest with you. Just shit.
Were you like eroding the inside of his tub?
I mean, no, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. I mean, I cleaned everything. I mean, well, thank God, first of all, or, science or whatever you want to think. But thank goodness, like they have a spare bedroom with a spare bathroom. Because if they didn't, that would have been. So then I just like went. And then at that point, I just had nothing in my body anymore. In fact, I was just like, I think I've lost body organs.
They'd be shit out of luck because you shit on the floor.
Hey, so then I like just. It was like pretty much just like, so I tried to clean it up, but like at that point I was just so like, my body was just kind of like, oh, we're doing this, I guess. And so then they were just like, and shivers and aches and like, here it is, 100. It was like from 0 to 60. And so I like, when you're sick, it's like hard to move. So I was like trying to clean it up the best I could, but I didn't like, my key focus was the bathtub. So like, that's what I cleaned the first time. And then I like ran wipes on the mat. And then I collapsed on the futon and I texted him. I was just like, don't go in the bathroom, first of all. Second of all, I pretty much almost died. I'm not going to come in to work.
So you collapsed on the futon. Had you put on a new pair of pants? Or you were just like, nah, screw that?
I'm pretty sure I put on a new pair of shorts. And I made sure I tried I was like really afraid I was gonna like shit on the bed.
So you tried putting as many layers between your asshole and the futon?
I just like laid on my side. And then I was like shivering and like it was really bad. And then I woke up and was like super dehydrated. And I was just like,
yeah, because you pooped and puked every bit of liquid out of your body.
Yeah, and my abs hurt so bad because like I was just like dry heaving, or not. Well, it wasn't dry, but like heaving everywhere. And then I like had to. So like luckily I work for a doctor's office, and we have
that's
triage.
Convenient.
Yeah, and so I like had to call in, and we use this like online chat service, and I have it on my phone. So I like hopped in and was like, "Hey guys, can someone do a triage for me?" And they were like, "Hey, yeah, like what's the problem?" Like one of my good friends at work, she's like, "Yeah, like let me know your symptoms and I'll put it in there." And I was like, "This is gonna get gross." And she's like, "Girl, I don't even think." She's like, "Girl, you don't even work the triages. You have no idea what I've heard in my life." Like, and so, and I hate the word diarrhea. I like hate it. I call it the D word most of the time because I just hate it. And so I like had to tell, and this like really nice nurse called, or no, she's like not a nurse. That's kind of like, I think she's like a physician assistant. Yeah. But we do have like nurses that do triages as well. But anyway, and so she was just like, "It's really important that you don't take any antidiuretics." And I was just like, what? I mean, at this point I was just kind of like, well, it doesn't matter because there's literally nothing inside of me anymore. And then she was just like, eat, you know, crackers and fucking Gatorade, and there's nothing we can give you. You just kind of have to let it go yourself.
Wow.
And I was just like, cool. I mean, she was a lot nicer. Obviously, she was actually really nice. Like, she made me feel a lot better because she was like very like soft spoken and really nice and kind. And then she was just like, you know, if things get worse, like definitely call back because it can get bad if you don't, like, you know, whatever. And I was like, okay, I love you, bye. And then so then I was just like, well, I was like starving at this point, so I was just like, okay. So luckily my friend Sal like left his like the key, because you have to like go through the pool to get to like the little apartment complex store. And that was like the longest walk of my fucking life, by the way, because I was just like so achy. I looked like a homeless person. I like my hair was like because you know, like for anybody who has like long hair and wears it in a ponytail and then goes to bed and then wakes up, like when you've done that for 2 days, it just looks fucking weird. So that's what I was like
you have,
rocking,
like some sort of homeless creature living on your head.
Yeah, so I had like long ass like shorts for that are technically for like surfing. So I had like long ass surf shorts, and then like
I am currently wearing surf shorts.
There you go. Or they're like water resistant shorts. They're not really surf shorts, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then like a Grace Helbig sweatshirt, and then my whatever's on my head at the time. And it was what should be like a 2-minute walk from their like apartment to the thing and back. Honestly, it took me like 5 minutes to walk there because I just like every step I took, it was just ow.
See, that's when having like a partner of some sort helps.
Yeah. At 26 years old, I was just like, I want my mom.
Well, the last few times I got sick, I had someone taking care of me. And then I've gotten sick 3 times this year when I didn't have someone taking care of me. And every single time I went, fuck it, I'm going to the hospital. I want them to put drugs in me and make sure I don't get dehydrated, and so I can sleep this off. And this worked every single time. And I know that that's not something I could do perpetually, but this year, fuck it, right?
Yeah. So the year of Mary Pat. Yeah. So like I got to the store, and this guy in his like fucking hat. I like bought like 4 like huge bottles of Gatorade and a bunch of packs of saltines and some Tylenol, and he was like, rough night last night, and I was like, yeah, it was. And then he was like, you stayed up late partying last night, and I was like, I wish. And like in my head, I was just like, don't look at me. Just don't
look at me.
Because he's gonna know.
Yeah, I know. My breath probably smells like garbage, and I think I probably brushed my teeth actually, and he was just like, like trying to flirt with me. I feel like, or he just knew that I was sick and trying to be nice. It could go either way. I don't really know, but probably the latter. And he was like, "Did you just move in here?" And I was just like, "No, staying with a friend." Like I couldn't even like look at him because my eyes were so tired. So yeah, that's when I shit my pants and my friend's rug and also threw up at the same time.
Good Lord.
What happened with the TMNT rug?
Oh, I scrubbed it the night of, which I think helped. And then I threw it in the washer. And I think it's okay.
So the Ninja Turtles live on.
Yeah. He was like, Michelangelo is my favorite, so it doesn't matter. Because it wasn't Michelangelo. So. Oh, and his girlfriend was like super nice too. She like made me tea and like rice and stuff. They were really nice. So I sent them Sherry's Berries, which is former Rooster Teeth podcast.
An amazing gift.
Yeah, I sent them like edible like cake pops and like cookies and stuff. Because I was like, I feel like that's nice.
I've reached a point in my life that I'm not happy about, but like you guys said cake pops and my stomach went, oh, that sounds disgusting, because everything with sugar in it. whether it's like ice cream, cake, brownies, like I can't eat any chocolate. Like all that shit makes me sick. So now instead of being like, okay, I want dessert, I'm like, I want chicken. Like,
Nice.
because all that stuff is disgusting to me now.
Your dessert is just a second dinner.
Right. Or like with
You're living the Hobbit
like
lifestyle.
maybe I'll
Second meal.
Yeah, like maybe I'll put some brown sugar. Like I had green beans with brown sugar on them for
What the fuck?
it's a snack. Don't judge. It's delicious. It's a bag of uncut green beans and like a couple tablespoons of brown sugar and a little bit of butter. I guess natural sugar doesn't hurt me, but like processed sugar does. Like I can't drink fruit juice or Coke. Like I can't do anything fun anymore. So
Wow, you must be so fun at parties.
I have developed a liking for straight vodka, though.
Street vodka? Oh, straight vodka.
Yeah.
I thought said street vodka. I was like,
What the
did you
fuck
get
is
that
straight
from that
vodka?
guy Nick that tried to sell Michael drugs? You said Hobbit stuff, and that made me think of. Have you guys seen the On the Spot yet? For with oh, it's so funny.
I imagine it's hilarious.
Scott Aaron, Tyler Coe,
Which Tyler Coe, this is the fucking year of
Dreamboat, Carrie, and Chris, and John, of course. Yeah, it's really funny. They talk a little bit about hobbits. I think
I'm
that
glad
was one of
they
their names.
didn't take a season break this time.
Yeah, well, it's weird because they have more seasons than I was expecting. I would love for them to have Maggie back. Did you guys end up seeing that one?
Yeah.
I think I love her and Lindsay.
Yeah.
You know, that they're my second
She's so,
favorite
like,
RT couple.
Cute. Yeah.
I would love for them to have more of like the animation department on there, like other people who work to make some of the stuff that we love that we don't really get to see that much. Because I've seen her name in credits, I've never really seen her in shows, you know.
Well, I think that's a really smart thing that they're doing, because if they have 3 people you recognize and then like a new person, or even like someone who's really good on the show paired with somebody new, then they can put them in videos without getting like a huge amount of backlash. And I think the reason that didn't work as well with Achievement Hunter stuff when they were introducing Matt and Jeremy was because it's not like face, there's no like face cam stuff or interaction like that. It took a long time. I was on board with them day fucking one, but
I mean, it took a little bit. Like even Lindsay, like it was funny because I feel
Lindsay
like Lindsay
still gets
on
shit so much.
I also think she's still trying to find her like humor place. Like I think like her sense of humor in general. I think she's still trying to find it. Don't get me wrong. I think she's really funny. I like her a lot.
Yeah, I think her humor place is awkward humor. She seems to like the like awkward
Of course, she
things.
always has.
Like she's someone who would watch Social Disorder and be like, "Oh, this is amazing." I'm one of those people who I'm like,
I don't want to say it's a shtick, but like that's her thing. It's awkward humor.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting because I like when I was going through the old podcasts and stuff. Like when she first came on, she was really confident, like just really like casual and like super cool. But when she was on like Achievement, I think maybe because I think Achievement Hunter is kind of like a boy band where it's just like everybody has their favorite. So like when Ray left, that like really like it, Ray was like Zayn, like when Zayn left One Direction, and like and everyone has their favorite, and and now it's like Menudo, where it's like I don't even know who's in the band anymore. That's a really, I don't know. For those of you who are like old enough to know who Menudo is, that joke was for you. Shout out. Shout out to Menudo.
One person listening.
The one person.
Yeah. Who is just going to be me listening later. But then she kind of like, but I think a lot of people really started to like her when she started doing her editing. And I think like her editing has like improved a lot of the,
her random,
the that blah, 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 blah.
The random
like,
rap song
the
breaks
fucking one with like
in the middle of the achievement.
like the rap video dubstep. Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
But also, she seems more confident with, obviously with Michael, obviously.
Yeah, and sometimes the way he talks to her, like I know that's like his shtick, and like he obviously is really good to her. That's why they're married. But sometimes I'm just like, girl, how do you even do that? I don't know.
No, but I imagine that's pretty true to. Well, the thing is, when you are with somebody or you see someone a lot, your conversations are just fucking boring. They're just like, can you go to the store, or do we need to pick up towels? Blah blah blah. Blah. But it's usually about a game or about a thing when they're doing a video. I forget the point I was making. God damn, my fucking brain. Jesus Christ, man. You guys, I'm gonna ruin this shit. I'm gonna fucking, I'm gonna shit all over it.
Like it's
in memorandum.
Damn it, Molly beat me to the joke.
I do think that shitting on bath mats should be in the title of this week's podcast. Along with
I would eventually like to say something so offensive that I get a podcast intro with a Marco type line like that.
Oh God, I knew the moment he said that. As I was going back and editing that episode, I knew as I was editing him, like, if I ever make a theme song in the style of the old podcast theme songs, like the old RT podcast theme songs, that has to make it in there somehow. And I was going through and I was making it, and I determined how long it was going to be and just how abrupt the end was. I'm like, that's what I'm going to do. It's like, I knew the moment he said it, I'm like, this is going somewhere.
Going back to Lindsay, I really liked her and Barbara with the immersion stuff.
And nobody else in the world, apparently.
No, lots of people liked it.
Not from what I saw when I clicked on the video. Oh yeah,
really?
Well, wait, the
fucking
YouTube
people
one?
are cunts, man.
Was it the trailer on YouTube? Because that's like they're salty that it's a sponsor video trailer, and B, they're pissed because they're on YouTube.
It was the YouTube one. But like even like even
that's
like
not the real
I could
video.
tell the people who had seen it before Michael and Gavin's and had seen the trailer after Michael and Gavin's, there was such a distinct difference. Like people would say, "Oh, it's a why are they bothering with a stupid fucking trailer? Oh, it's a sponsored video." But then people who watched it after Michael and Gavin was like, it's just from the trailer. Like, why would they even have Barbara and Lindsay in this? Like, what's the point of having?
Well, I mean, they were taking advantage of. Well, for those of you who don't know, I'll explain it to you.
Let's go back to the start.
What they were doing. Oh, and also it's
when I came out of the vagina, I had pooped myself.
Yeah, I shit on a bath mat. I also really recommend if you're able to. I'm not sure. I think they might be sponsor only. I can't tell. I can't remember. But to watch the behind the scenes thing, because what I learned about that.
The behind the scenes is for the public.
Oh, it is?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Watch that today.
What I learned from that was that they were switching from live feeds. I like Michael and Gavin, thought that they were pre-recorded.
I did not. Because I thought if Michael and Gavin had to play act that much, like, and work off of, I thought it would feel different.
Well, I mean, you wouldn't really be able to tell the difference because they're switching to stuff like they didn't move in any of the videos.
But like what I'm saying is like, okay, if like where Pongo started, there were a bunch of like shapes behind him, shadowy for whatever. And so what if Michael and Gavin reacted to something there, then they would know that if they switch away from it, they might switch back to it, or they might go on it longer. So then they know something could happen there, some shit could start, and it could keep the joke going. Whereas if it was a pre decided upon who was coming, who was going to attack, that sort of thing. You know what I mean? Am I explaining myself well?
No, I don't get it, but like I'll accept what you think because in the end you're right. Like,
I don't understand your opinion, but I'll take it as an opinion.
Because they weren't live, or they were live. So I mean, you're probably right, just because I'm wrong. But but that should be you're probably right because I'm wrong. Starring Molly. But so that was really cool to see, and also to see how they made all of the costumes and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
I like the
scenes,
elaborate setup that they had.
Yeah, and the fact that like in the vent that was an overhead shot versus like laying down.
Yeah, I
was
like
really
that.
Cool. I was like, that was ingenious. But so anyway,
see that's amazing. Like just think about the first season of Immersion, and just as a production company, just how much Rooster Teeth has grown and how amazing it's gotten. It's
I mean these two immersions have been incredible. Not dead. Woo!
I mean, I've finished elementary school and high school, and I'm in college. I've done a lot in 10 years. I moved house. This will be 10 years in my new house this Thanksgiving.
Ooh.
Molly, that's so good pretending you care.
Ooh. Anyway, I was answering hypothetical people's shitty questions. The reason that they did it was they did have to test to make sure everything worked in order before they went to record with Gavin and Michael. So they used Barbara and Lindsay.
And that's why the setup and the way the game worked was different, because they did make changes.
Yeah, and some of the lights and stuff were different.
Yep.
And so it was like their version was like a little stripped down version. So instead of showing the stripped down version to the public, why not just be like, here's an extra thing for those of you who are paying and helping support our site function. That's why they're doing it.
I'm pretty sure that they established in a super early podcast that was Bernie's sort of thing. He's like, why don't we just put extra stuff that we're not sure is public ready or is not quite fleshed out enough or da-da-da. Why don't we give that to sponsors as one of the things we give to sponsors? Because the sponsors would care that, they'd care if there was like a mishap, or if they were like, oh, technical difficulties, or if it wasn't, if the narrative of the video wasn't quite figured out all the way, they would still like the sponsors, meaning people who are paying because they appreciate it. They would appreciate the humor. They would appreciate the jokes. They would appreciate, dumb shit.
Yeah. And I mean, and I know, I think when I say this, like sometimes people who aren't able to afford the sponsorship get offended by this. And I don't mean it to, because I know like most of the people.
But those are also heavily teenagers.
Yeah. And I know that you want to support Rooster Teeth. But what I'm saying is that people who are paying memberships, those are people who are saying, hey, I really like Rooster Teeth. I have enough money to give to Rooster Teeth extra every, 6 months or whatever the new pay style is. I'm going to do that. So those are people who are essentially kind of investing in Rooster Teeth and giving them money to help create things. So if you're going to like test stuff out, they're the best group of people to get, like, to show that, because they're people who are already and have been investing in Rooster Teeth, with their support. So it makes sense. And I'm not saying that people who are unable to pay the membership or pay the sponsorship don't want to do that. It's just you're unable to.
That's a very, I mean, it's really interesting how that pans out, though, because I think that the people who are like, who would like sponsor content, like a lot of people walk this line of fuck Rooster Teeth for trying to get me to give them extra money, but then they also bitch about when there's sponsor only content.
Yeah, and it's like, well, and what extra money are you giving them? Like, what makes it extra? I mean, you're getting all of this stuff free.
But just like the sponsor content,
Right, I know, but they're like, it's interesting.
When you're a teenager, you may not understand that it is a business. You may not understand that it's a business that's been around for a long time and had sponsorships from the beginning.
Yeah.
There were perks to giving them extra money from day one. Clearly. So I just don't understand. If you can't afford it, well, that really sucks. But there's also an archive. So if you can afford it one day, also, it's not Xbox Live. It's not $50 a year. It's 30, right?
Yeah.
but it's split into 2 6-month
30
whatever.
or 60, I
Or is
think.
it?
I can look it up.
I know at one point it was $60 for a sponsorship, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure what it's.
Oh, I
changed
guess
to now.
I guess I'm grandfathered in at the old price then. But still, even if it was the same, it depends on where your loyalties lie. Because I watch a lot of YouTube content, but I don't think I watch enough YouTube content to pay for YouTube Red. That may change in the future, but I would much rather, if I was going to spend $10, get like Hulu or something, you know?
Yeah.
Right. And, I do
Because
watch a lot of stuff on YouTube, but I can get all of it elsewhere. It's like I can't think of any like YouTube specific
Well, I don't
content.
mind commercials.
Yeah, I never minded the commercials really. It's weird. I found websites. Well, I mean, sometimes they're obnoxious, like during the political season or presidential election. Sometimes it's like a little much.
I'm sick of Hillary Clinton's fucking voice.
Yeah. I'm sure there are a lot of people who agree with you.
Wage gap. Good.
But
good. Shut the fuck up and do it.
Yeah, I mean, but it's like, I don't know. It's weird. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to do another YouTube Red rant because it seems so obvious to me that it's dumb to be upset about it. But what the fuck do I know?
Well, it's because we have like me speaking now. There are people older than me, but there are a lot of people younger who have grown up going, okay, I get free content.
Yeah.
Not, on the internet. The internet just has free content. If you want to go back to like Flash days, like albino black sheep and stuff, there's free content fucking everywhere.
Yeah. Joke
and
cartoons.
when you introduce any sort of money value, I think a lot of people, if they had that money, they'd be fine with it. But then a lot of parents might not understand. They might think it's a scam because of the age gap where parents of 14, 15-year-olds right now may not have ever experienced something like this. Like, because my mom still thinks that like Netflix is a scam, but she's 80. So that might not be
the biggest scam in the world.
Well, she's like, why couldn't I just see the content? And I said, it's just a place where it all goes. Well,
I just give an example. I think also just because I own a business, like I think that's
well, fuck you.
Like, no, I just like I understand, like as someone who like also tries to like provide free stuff to people, it's sometimes it's hard. I mean, hosting a website can cost a lot of money, and especially if you have as many hits. I mean, I've never had as many hits as Rooster Teeth has, but like it costs money, dude. Like it costs money to host a podcast. It costs money to do like all this other stuff that a lot of people just don't think about. Well, if you can get that from people who want to watch it, why not?
Exactly. And there are a lot of people who are now pursuing careers in this sort of freelance internet world.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's some rules for that, but like even YouTube has changed the way it's paid people, and they paid people the same for a really long time. They, it was a sort of scale from what I understand.
Yeah, it's weird. They don't like
on how popular you are.
They don't like people saying it, but it's like they take like 30% of whatever you get, ish.
Well, that doesn't seem ridiculous to me, because they are doing the the hosting part and stuff. But it does. People ask you to like their videos, and I'm like, does that matter, or does that just give them?
It shows them that you care about the content and like what you're seeing and want to see more of it. It doesn't have any monetary value. It's more personal motivation because you have an audience that cares.
Or in the subreddit, there's a thread about like the most disliked Rooster Teeth content based on likes and dislikes, and it was interesting to see. Yeah, it was interesting to see what it was, what some of the big ones were. It was interesting because one of them was the finale of Until Dawn, which up until that point was doing really well. So it does show that like, while sometimes those can be kind of like trolling mechanisms, like it did show that people were disappointed with like a part, like, because
do you think Until Dawn Part 7 would have had that negative reaction if we had seen face cam? I think it was because we didn't have the face cam, because I think you expect Achievement Hunter to fuck up games or to not do them Like they're not MLG, whatever. They're not professional.
I think it would have.
They're professional entertainers, not professional gamers.
I feel like having the face cam would have cushioned the blow a little bit, but people still would have been pissed. It may not have been.
I mean, they get criticized already.
Had they had the face cam, it may not have been as bad as it is now, but still would have been pretty bad. The core issue was giving Jeff the PlayStation controller, which he already showed to be absolutely inept with it for whatever reason. And then just like we all
I don't know.
We all expect Jeff to be bad. We laugh at him being bad.
Yeah, but I guarantee you, before he like fucked things up, he was flinching all over the place, and that would have been funny. I would have thought that was hilarious. I'm like, they're gonna fuck this up so bad.
But then, just like you're never expecting them to fuck up in the way that they did in the finale. And I think just the fact that Jeff was at the helm and he'd screwed so many things up. I think face cam or not, people still would have disliked the fact that Jeff was at the helm of the finale.
Well, then, I found I was not expecting them to get happy ending, especially when Ryan got the one dude killed. I'm like, everyone's fucking dying. I went into watching those videos going, I do not like scary games. I do not like jump scares, but I'm going to watch all these fucking things because it's going to be funny because they're going to fuck everyone's life up.
Yeah, no.
I was not expecting anything other than that.
Well, no, I mean, like, it wasn't just that. It was just kind of like, ugh. I still loved it. Like, I really enjoyed that whole premise. I would love for them to do another one. Like, I want them to do Life is Strange. Can I do a petition? Like, I want them to do a Let's Watch with Life is Strange.
Well, they do Community Week, but they might do that more than once a year. They
have the Community Week, but then they do also have a game suggestions thread at the start of every week on the subreddit.
Yeah, but do you think anybody looks at that?
Ryan was in the subreddit.
Ryan was in the subreddit. So. Ray has looked at the subreddit a few times. Remember some?
Well, yeah, they participate in discussions in the subreddit.
No, but
do you think they're
in the middle
ideas?
Of recording some video, I don't know, Ray pulled out his phone and went to the subreddit, and as they were making this video, he's like, comment from the subreddit, hey, you guys can play Hydro Thunder because that game is fun as hell. It's like he looked at a game suggestion from the subreddit. And I know how the subreddit is run. He only could have gotten that from the suggestion thread.
Oh man,
let's get back to some of the cool stuff that
there's
we were talking
a how-to of keep talking and nobody explodes. What?
I need to watch that.
That's gonna be like literally.
Oh, did you see the X-ray
insane.
and Vav thing?
I haven't yet.
Oh, it's really funny.
I imagine so.
I remember when I didn't know about that series for a long time up until like maybe a year ago, and my friend was telling me about it, and I watched it, and I was blown away at how good of voice actors Ray and Gavin are, and Lindsay too. Lindsay's great.
Well, I was just gonna say a lot of people criticize Lindsay for her voice acting, but I'm like, Hilda's supposed to be like Buzz Killington, so why wouldn't she? She's not comic relief. She's like Deus Ex Machina or whatever. She's the information provider.
Yeah, I think she does the role perfectly.
Yeah,
I think it doesn't great. Sound like she's like, there are some people in Red versus Blue where it's like it sounds like they're trying to be a voice actor. You know what I mean? It's like it sounds like they're trying to, I don't know. And to her, it just with her and Ray and Gavin, it just sounds like they're their characters, and that's really impressive.
Yeah. I had a dream the other night with fucking sound in it, which I thought was weird. It was about Ruby. It was about Ruby, and Neo talked in a like Louisiana Creole like accent.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm a little bit into that. So now that's my, what are they called? Headcanon?
I don't know. Spank bank? I don't know.
No, it wasn't. It's not like that. Goddamn people. You're trying to be Marco, Molly.
Good Lord. Bam. Going right for the jugular.
Oh, loudy.
Oh.
What else do we want to talk about?
Let's Build.
Oh yeah, so
and how that needs to come back full fucking time, because I missed that show like dicks.
Oh yeah. People
do you miss dicks a lot, do you find?
I haven't had sex in a really long time, so yeah.
Can the title of this podcast be shitting on rugs and Mary Mrs. Dicks.
The shitting on the rug thing is definitely going to be part of the title.
But Let's Build. I fucking miss Let's Build because and I loved my favorite Let's Build actually ended up being the Halloween special one. Cause I like that one a lot. I just I wish they wouldn't build on a flat world. Like in the things to do in videos, how a lot of them are on Matt's like flat world. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, no one responded, so I'm like, Bueller. But I
was just like, go on.
No, I just wish they weren't on flat world because I feel like I care about the background and I care about scenery and I care about I don't know, the different ways that land is created in Minecraft.
Well, that was the style
I'm really glad
of
Let's Build is back.
Let's be real. Shopping list, blocking list. There's one more. I can't think of the title. They're all a play on wool, and so each one is just a copy of Wool's Stadium or Wool's Pen. Like I didn't have an objection to the way that looked. I would.
Well, I was just commenting specifically on the Halloween one because they built the Halloween one on a flat land instead of trying to get a pre-generated world and make it work within what they were doing. I understand that was a big.
Was that
fucking
this Halloween or last year's?
Last year.
I guess I don't remember last year's.
They made the giant fucking mansion, and you had to go through the different floors of the mansion, collect the Tower of Pimps, and then drop onto the through the lava.
That's right. You had to just sit through all of the spider web to get to the platform. Oh, exactly. I remember that. Was that on just a regular flat world?
Yep.
Oh.
They did a lot of stuff with it, and I even used one of the games as one of the things when I made my achievement hunter party thing.
Well, I guess the main focus for that was like trying to get this castle down, and like that was the real focus. So I can understand when they want to go with a
they also had like village. Well, but
those were simpler times, Mary Pat.
Yeah, I'm just saying that I care about the shit in the background. Like I look for what
about the shit on the background? Let's play how fast can Molly ruin that joke?
But I missed Let's Build, and when they said they were canceling Let's Build, and then Jeremy said they were going to stream, I was like, okay, I'm on board for that 100%. I'm going to capture the fucking streams, I'm going to put them on my computer, and I'm going to be able to watch them over and over again, and then that never happened. And I got really sad because Let's Build was one of my favorite shows. It just was. Like, even without commentary necessarily, I would love to just watch people build in Minecraft. And I guess maybe that's my personal fetish, but I'm glad.
Go on.
Let's not go that far.
Or don't go on. Go off.
Get off.
Get off. Yeah. You know what? I would love. I wonder if anybody knows of one. I'd love to see if there's a ASMR Minecraft channel. If there's not, I kind of want to start one because I love watching people do modern architecture builds. So, because that's like I'm really cool. So if anybody knows of any like people who do that, I think that'd be really cool.
Like
and they also did verses.
ASMR.
Yeah,
I'm gonna actually look that up while you guys talk about verses.
Do you think Let's Build is gonna come back as like even like a once a month type thing? Maybe.
Probably. I just looked and I saw that it was on the RT site, and I think Funhouse did a community, like, the art show that they used to do.
Yeah, they're bringing it back, sort of, but yeah,
it's like just for sponsors. It looks like maybe.
Yeah. The it's gonna be right before they do the podcast. And they're it's gonna stream, but then they're gonna put it up the show as a sponsor only thing. I want to point out that before this, while I was figuring shit out, I said that I was a little bit in love with Matt Peak, and Chris goes, "Who is that? I don't know who that is." So
yeah, I don't recognize the name. You also never explained who the hell he is.
Matt Peak.
Screaming the name at me doesn't help.
Funny fuck. God damn, motherfucker. Shit.
Here, I'll send a picture.
He's the fucking quiet one who every time he opens his mouth, it's like, I think you're just jealous. I think you're like, I don't know who that is. He's not as cool as I am.
Matt?
He's Peak.
That's why.
The fucking where Spool's like doing the triangle in the air, and everyone's like masturbating all over
Jesus.
that symbol, and there's a fucking t-shirt for it and shit.
Okay. I
always like wait for like whenever people do it, like it's like fucking Hunger Games. I always wait for people to do the thing and then to be like, do, 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 do.
Speaking of Hunger Games, that's fucking out. That's a thing.
Yeah, it's got my girls J-Law and motherfucking Natalie Dormer.
Motherfucking Natalie Dormer is.
How is it possible for a human to be that attractive?
I have to hold on to the like what the
I
fuck?
Can't, and I just oh my god, my heart breaks every time I see her. I watched her back in like 2006 or whatever when she was on the Tudors. But I was like setting my watch because there's no way in hell she's not going to be the biggest thing on earth for a while. And it took a while.
I don't know if she I still don't think she's like Jennifer Lawrence big, but like I think she's like Jennifer Lawrence's hot sister.
Everyone who sees her goes, right?
Jesus.
Yeah,
Mary,
I love that episode in Game of Thrones. Oh, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Game of Thrones, there's tits in it. But there's like one episode where she's like, do you like me wearing my dress like this or like this? And the front of her dress just like falls off.
But
and
she
you see her
totally,
tits.
that character, not her, but that character would definitely have banged fucking Renly Baratheon and had a three-way with her brother. Like, that character would have done the fuck out of that. Except, that didn't happen.
Sadly.
Right? Right? Like, don't you think so?
Yeah,
they would have three-wayed the... Yeah, exactly. And I was like, where's that fucking deleted scene? But of course, fucking shit hits the fan. And then meanwhile, fucking Gethin Anthony, fucking Renly Baratheon goes and becomes a fucking serial killer, and I fall in love with him. He plays Charles Manson on Aquarius, which is not a show that I think is coming back, but I really enjoyed it. And he's like sexy and shit, and I'm like, I can't develop a thing for Charles Manson TV. Please don't do this to me.
What is it with that? Taking absolute psychopaths and casting sexy people as those psychopaths. Is that going to be a thing? I hope that doesn't become a thing.
Yes.
I'm so tired of that. I don't understand it, and I'm mad that I don't understand it.
Serial killer mythologies, and then fucking I can't even. People have a facet like Bryan Cranston is clearly the fucking bad guy. Well, I mean, Walter White is clearly the fucking bad guy in Breaking Bad. But everyone was hard dick about him until like the last season when he started like being like super terrible. But everyone's like, oh my god, he's so fucking hot. And then people were like that about that Jake Gyllenhaal serial killer movie, or he became a serial killer eventually. And the people were all like. Are all into the fucking movie with the guy who God damn. The guy, the fucking
that
hold
one.
on.
Got it.
No, it's the guy who he kills a bunch of people, but then the plot twist at the end is, did he actually kill the people or is he just crazy in his head? That guy was attractive and people were like hard dick over him for a while. Why can't I fucking remember it? I was going to say the guy who sings Singing in the Rain while he's raping and killing guys, but that's not that. That's Clockwork Orange, which is a Stanley Kubrick movie. And Stanley Kubrick can suck on my dick except he's dead. But what was I doing? Oh, wow. The fucking... This Psycho... Or no, it's not called Psycho. It's called fucking shit.
God damn it. Mary,
are
you
need a timeout?
What the fuck is going on?
American Psycho?
I'm not drunk. I can't believe I'm so stupid to not remember the name. He's like American Psycho? Is that what it's called? American
that's a movie where he kills people.
Yeah, but it's sort of like, did he kill the people? Did he not? Yeah, that's him. Christian Bale. Because everyone is
oh
like,
God, Christian Bale. I can't stand that, man.
Did you snort cocaine before you did the podcast?
What did Kevin sell you?
I need Fallout 4 in my life, guys.
Oh my god, I watched my friend make his character last night. Oh, this is really cool. He and I were using the there's this thing on PlayStation 4 where you can connect to the person and watch what they're playing for like 30 minutes. So it's great because it's in real time. So I got to watch him play Fallout 4 for like, I can't remember how long it goes through. Eventually you can not eventually, but you can actually give the controllers or the control up to the friend watching it. But I didn't want to do that. So I got to watch him create his character and stuff, and I watched the beginning of Fallout 4. And it was amazing. It was like, it's great because like he lives in a completely different state, like in more like the Midwest area. And it was like it was like I was sitting on the couch with him watching a game, but we're like thousands of miles away. It was really awesome. Like that's a really cool feature.
Yeah, it must be nice to have friends.
It's all right. He named his character Fuckface. Because like it can understand like I can't remember how, like 900 and some names. Fuckface is one of them. But Michelle isn't on there, which is weird.
Screw you, Michelle.
I am sure Mary and Pat are part of that list, but not together.
I mean, you'd be surprised. I would think Michelle would be on there, you know.
Thanks, Molly, Obama.
Molly is on there, but we were watching it, and when the robot says, hello, fuckface, my friend and I lost our shit. It was great.
See, that's when you revert to being in third grade again. And if you try and like give that humor to somebody else, like to show them a video or like to try to replicate the situation happening, they don't ever get it.
It was great. What else is happening that you guys
I don't know if you guys are keeping up with the Buff Buddies series, but the video for week 2 came out, and just Zach fully fucking Josh Flanagan by casting him in videos that require him to shovel food into his face. That video started out very differently because it was of what I assume was a cell phone video of Josh behind a dumpster shoveling nachos into his mouth and kind of peering around looking nervous. I'm like, oh no, he gave up, didn't he? And then he's like, so you're probably wondering why I'm shoveling food in my face. Zach sabotaged me.
No. He was like, this week we're going to talk about temptation.
And then the first time Zach was introduced, his tag said Zach Anner, saboteur.
Don't you love that Zach is like directing Rooster Teeth stuff? Because like really that's what I took. Yeah, his humor works perfectly. He's amazing. I love seeing him around. His brother's awesome. Everything I've seen them do. Plus, I mean, like on the spot and stuff. But I didn't realize that they had been involved with so much up to this point. I really like Zach.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
Yeah,
he's funny.
So I'm gonna learn German, I think, because I watched Django Unchained last night. And I mean, that movie makes me so uncomfortable. But the ending is like so Tarantino that like I came all over everything. In fact, I came all over a Ninja Turtles bath mat, surprisingly enough. So I just mentioned that now.
Good save.
Yeah. No, but I just had never seen it before. And Christoph Waltz doing his like German shit, which I also enjoyed in Inglourious Bastards. I was like, fucking shit, that's a sexy language. German's never been a sexy language. I don't think for him it is. And then fucking Flula on top of that shit. You know who Flula is, Molly, right?
Flula, yeah.
Why aren't Jack and Katie going to RTX Australia? Like, I know Katie's not an employee, but...
Yeah, she announced it. They're not going to RTX Australia.
I mean, I'm not, like, choked up about it, because
I feel like if you're Katie and Jack Patillo, you go to RTX Australia. Like, that's the perfect combination. Because Jack loves Rooster Teeth, Jack loves Australia, Katie's from Australia.
Well, I think that was the reaction was, well, that's weird. Because, like, that would have been something you assumed. But then again, it's a new thing, you know. I'm surprised they didn't do a second RTX in, like, London or something first before Australia. But then again, when they've talked in the past about huge fan bases that aren't the US, it's always been Australia. So, but Australia is kind of big and kind of naked in the middle, right? Like everything cool is on the edge.
There's nothing in the middle of Australia.
Well, I think they're letting other people who haven't gone to Australia go.
Yeah, that might be part of it too. Because I remember on some of the old podcasts, some of the the like pre-video podcast when they would talk about like events that they're going to. They tried to get a different group of people to go every time. So that might be what they're doing again, especially because it seems like Jack goes to Australia every other week. It seems like he's been there a lot. So, I mean, if they're trying to get different people...
Remember the first time on the podcast where he was like, he wanted to announce that he was going to Australia, but I think Bernie announced it for him. And there was like a whole... Remember that?
Bernie
That
stole
wasn't
Jack's
that long
thunder
ago.
from Down Under.
Or either that was, or I'm old.
That was in the first 180 podcasts.
It doesn't seem like that long ago.
Gus, Barbara...
Joel Rubin got engaged. Sorry.
Yeah. Gus, Barbara, Adam Kovic, Bruce Green, Aaron, Chris Damaris, Bernie, Matt, Jeff, Ryan, Joel are going to go to RTX. Freddie Wong and Stephanie Hex Bendixson is going to be there. I don't know who that is, but she seems really cool.
They may have... It may be because this is...
So a lot of them haven't gone before.
Would this be Foon House's first time in Australia? That may be it.
Yes.
They may have...
That's part of Rooster Teeth, but only Adam and Bruce are going. Or did you say James?
No. There's also some people
that
haven't been announced. Well, they need people to make videos while they're gone.
No, but Adam, Bruce, and James are the trio. You know, they're like the golden trio. Yeah, but they need
James back there to make stuff too.
But why? It's going to be over a weekend.
You can't take the entire OG trio out.
Why?
Because you just can't.
And it'll be more than a weekend because there's like traveling and stuff too. So that's like
but then the content could be made by the three in Australia and be sent back to Joel and Lawrence and Spool. And
I don't think you should want to rely on content being made at an event like RTX.
Yeah.
Well, then what does it matter? Send the golden trio.
Because they can't make content.
If you can't rely on the event to be a place for you to make content, you can't take the entire OG trio to that event. You need to keep at least one of them here.
It'd be like taking all of the achievement hunters.
Other than Dude Soup, what is something that they couldn't pre-record?
I have no idea.
Well, maybe
I don't watch Funhouse.
Maybe.
I mean, or maybe James just couldn't go. I don't know.
Yeah, we may be way off base and he couldn't go for whatever schedule reasons.
Well, I'm not speculating. I'm just like,
maybe they'll announce
if you're going to send 3 people from Funhouse. That's my prediction.
Well, I don't think so because the DLC, that's how they're labeling it, has been people who aren't Rooster Teeth. So I don't think so. And it makes sense that they're sending I'm surprised Michael isn't there because I think Laser Team is going to release there in Australia. So it makes sense that Matt and Bernie are there.
But then Gavin and Michael should be there too.
They may have other stuff they have to do.
And Michael may be a case like Jack, where I think other than Jack, Michael's been the guy to like go to Australia all the time. So they may be trying to...
I think so. I think he's been twice. A lot.
But I may just be stupid.
Dude, I don't... I follow the content, and then it got to the point where I couldn't follow all the content anymore. Yeah, but was that for pleasure, or was that for work?
It was for work. He's been there a bunch.
Well, people go on vacations and shit. Well, I mean...
Well, and maybe...
I guess it wouldn't make very much sense to send the entirety of Rooster Teeth to a different country. However, wouldn't that be funny if they sent, like, all the on-camera people to Australia and then everybody else, like, you know, rebelled and set up, you know, like, pirate Rooster Teeth? Like,
yeah, it'd be really cool if people rebelled against Rooster Teeth.
No, like, their own employees. And then all of a sudden you're getting, like, instead of Gus, Gavin... Barbara and Bernie on a podcast, it's Tyler, John, Issa and fucking Gray, you know? Like, wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah, that video wouldn't do very well.
I would watch it.
That's probably, I don't know.
God, all right, well. Okay, hopefully Marco is going to be with us next week. Next week, because it's Thanksgiving. And I can't guarantee
he would encourage the madness.
A place to record while I'm at home because I'm on college.
We're going to be recording
campus.
In a few days.
It'll be pre-recorded for next week, so hopefully we'll have Marco
like shit wins
with us. All right, good night, everybody.
Night.
Good noggin.